Hello, welcome. My name is Ian Rogers. Thanks for joining us. Very special live stream of a very special event with Kina Grannis today. We're here in the This Week in Music studios with Kina, and we're here to talk to Kina about and hear some music from the new music video that she just released, otherwise known as the very special project.
Secret crazy project, yeah.
Exactly. So I've gotten to know Kina a little bit since we met in a classroom, actually, where she came and spoke to some students here in Los Angeles at UCLA, and then Kina and her manager John were guests on This Week in Music a while back, and it was everybody's favorite episode. So when they said that they had this crazy project that they were going to release and showed me a clip of it, we asked if there was anything we could do to be involved in helping people know about it, and here we all are. So we're taping this, we're streaming this live on YouTube. We're here to talk to anybody who wants to check it out. So if you have questions for Kina anytime during this, just tweet just tweet with the hashtag #InYourArms, so #InYourArms. And I've got my laptop sitting here. I'm going to take a look at it, and later on, after we hear some music and ask some questions, just get the overview of how this crazy project was made and turned into a video. Then we'll turn to some of your own questions. So, Kina, thank you so much for coming by and sharing this with us.
Thank you so much.
And congrats for getting it done. So, for those who don't know, I assume that a lot of people who are watching have already seen the video because you posted it live last evening, and it's a pretty amazing video.
Thank you.
So it's stop motion animation of you plus a cast of a few 100,000 jelly beans.
Yes, pretty much.
So how did it come about?
Oh man, well, it came about when I was trying to look for someone to do my Valentine music video. And I had talked to my friend Greg Jordan, who did my first music video ever, Message from Your Heart, asking if he knew of any directors, and he listened through my songs, and he passed me on to some people, but he's like, hey, I'm kind of interested in doing a video for In Your Arms. I was like, well, if you have any ideas, let me know.
And so he just liked the song?
Yeah, he liked the song, and then a couple weeks later, I got a call from him, and he's like, okay, I've got an idea. Okay, what is it? And he asked if I've ever seen jelly bean art, which no, I have not. And I look it up, and he basically has this idea to do stop motion animation with jelly beans, to which I was like, yes, that sounds amazing. It's crazy, but let's definitely do it. So it kind of started then in 2009, I think, right before 2010, he thought of it, and then it kind of just began. Yeah.
Wow.
It was intense.
Well, and we have a lot of questions, and your fans are asking a lot of questions about the video itself. But maybe before we get to those, you mind playing the song for us?
Yeah, let's do it.
People can go on YouTube anytime between now and the end of their lives and watch the video, but having you able to play for us in person is something that happens less frequently, so I'd love to hear it.
All right, let's do it.
Hush now, let's go quiet to the park where it first started. Cold night, us lying in the dark. I felt my heart was trying to find a place for you to stay, a place where I'd feel safe. Anything we have known, anything we've forgotten. Take my hands, go into the trees. Behind the branches falling on our knees. I remember feeling like
Yes,
Here's the
I'm the
song.
luckiest person in the world right now. I'm like the audience of one. Well, I mean, thanks you guys for joining me. So I have so many questions about the video itself. I mean,
Right.
first of all, you could watch the video and you could say, oh, well, they did some jelly bean animation and then they superimposed Kina on that. Is that what happened?
No. I mean, and I keep seeing comments of people saying that too. Like, they said it's all real, but why wouldn't they have just green screened it? To me, it's like, if you're gonna do something that crazy, you have to do it. Don't fake it, So Greg Jardin, the director from the beginning, was very adamant that this is all real. There's no green screen. Let's just do this. And so, of course, that means I'm laying on a glass table for long periods of time.
Wow.
And
Where's that piece of glass?
I know.
There you go.
We have a teeny little piece of glass here to make me feel at home.
you've got a glass table. You're laying
Basically.
on it like this.
Except, I'm horizontal.
Right.
And I'm, doing things like... and it wasn't the most comfortable thing in the world. In fact, there were times where I was, like, certain I was going to pass out at any moment. And it was kind of a good workout, too. But it was painful. But at the end of the day, it was like, if I don't do this right, it's not going to look good.
Right.
He's telling me I need to turn my head further, and it feels like my neck's going to break. But if I don't do it right, the video is not going to be as good as it could possibly be. So let's do it,
And so every shot, I mean, how many shots are in that video? I mean, I assume people know how stop motion animation works, but it's literally you set it up,
Yeah.
you take a picture, you move the jelly beans,
Yes.
and then you
Do it
take another
again.
picture. This is a pretty
Yeah.
tedious process. I mean, that's not a short song or video. How many shots are in there?
There's over 2,000 frames, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And each frame takes anywhere from, an average frame is 20 minutes to an hour to build. So they build it, and then, there's 5 to 15 minutes of me lying and perfecting that part, and then start over. So it was definitely a mental game, being like, okay, we got a half a second done today. I'm okay with that.
It sounds like it would require some meditation or something to get all the way through. So wait, how long did it take, beginning to end?
Well, Greg thought of it, I think, in December 2009. And they started shooting maybe around June. I started shooting in July 2010. And then basically, since July 2010, anytime I wasn't on tour, since then, I've been spending some time in Greg's second bedroom with a bunch of jelly beans. So
Wow.
It's been
It's incredible. It's incredible patience for everybody involved, right?
definitely. That's what really got everyone through, I think, because the people building the frames, their backs are hurting, and people are wearing ice packs and stuff like that.
Right.
And Greg's like so meticulous, and I'm in pain on the glass, but everyone's job is hard, and everyone is donating their time. So it's this mutual understanding, like, we're doing this for the cause. We all believed in the project, so we just have to do it.
Right. Well, I mean, thankfully you had, a gigantic budget, and everybody got paid really.
Yeah.
Well, how was it? I mean, was there any funding at all? Did anyone? I mean, was everybody just donating their time? Was there how?
Basically, when I came to Greg, I was very upfront about, it's coming from my pocket, so our budget is not big, so we've got to work, with as little as we can.
And I mean, just paying a team over that period of time is basically impossible. If
Yeah.
people aren't invested in the art, then it's not going to happen.
So,
yeah.
Greg, the director, and Daphne, the producer, they didn't make anything from this. I obviously didn't make anything from it. We had 30 interns who donated their time, and most of the budget went to actually like building the table and getting the right equipment to make this thing work. And then luckily, otherwise our budget would have gone over, Greg and Daphne put together this pitch that they then sent to Jelly Belly, saying, we're making this video, any chance you'd be down to donate some beans? And they were totally awesome about it. They gave us all the beans we needed, and they've been awesome to work with, so
Right.
thank goodness for that.
No cash from Jelly Belly.
No cash, no.
But a lot of jelly
beans.
beans.
Many beans.
Beans are worth money.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So And so you finished it just in the last couple of weeks, right? I mean, got it all wrapped up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And then what's the process of releasing it been like? Tell me, for folks that don't know what happened, last evening, give us a rundown of kind of the lead up to this moment.
So last night we did a release party at Largo in Los Angeles where I basically played a normal set, like an hour-long show. And then at the end, I left the stage and we just kind of did it. We had like a little trailer and then we premiered it there. And it was so nerve-wracking because honestly, when I started tweeting about this almost 2 years ago, it was like, I thought I'd be done tweeting about it in like 3 months.
Right.
So I'm like, this isn't that annoying that I'm saying this, you know?
But also when you got into it, you had no idea how long it would take?
No. The original, I think we thought like 3 months at first, and then 3 months flew by and we hadn't made a dent, and it was like, okay, 6 months.
If you had known, would you have gone through with it, in retrospect?
I mean, at this point, having seen the video, yes. But it wasn't, like, I think it really helped not knowing how intense and how long it would be, because going into it, I was just like, let's do it.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
What a great, that's going to be amazing. Right.
Yeah, so, it's, we get to the 6 months mark, and then it's like, oh, well, we'll just go here and get here. Okay. One of those things.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I had started teasing it way back then, and then kept going and going. So last night is this moment of, am I gonna let them down? Have I hyped it up too much? Are they gonna like it? And I was just like, I didn't sleep the night before. I had nightmares all night, and it went really well. And then
looked good on a big screen.
It looked really pretty. Like the beans were this big.
Right.
It was awesome. And then basically I walked off stage and I made it public online, and pretty much since that moment, I've been nonstop refreshing my phone and checking all the sites. It's been like Christmas morning, just like, what's happening?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, a lot of, I saw you YouTube retweeted it to there. Like, how many people follow them?
Super supportive. We love them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's as they should be. You've kind of come up through them, and this is, I think it's only right and natural, right? So, well, and speaking of which, I mean, you've had other stuff going on too. I want to talk about, you just have had a sold-out European tour. You won an MTV award on Monday night. But wait, before we get to that, maybe play us a couple more songs.
All right, let's do a song.
Oh, and
yes.
If you have questions, which I will look at on my laptop here, just tweet with the hashtag #InYourArms. So in your arms is the hashtag. Does that make sense? In your arms. Hopefully that's.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Seemed redundant.
Let's see.
What are you playing for us?
I'll play Valentine. It seems necessary.
Love, it's a special day. We should celebrate and appreciate that you and me found something pretty neat. And I know some say this day is arbitrary, but it's a good excuse, but I love to use. Baby, I know what to do. Baby, I will love you. I love you. I love you. Love, I don't need those things. I don't need no ring. I don't need anything but you and me. 'Cause in your company I feel happy, oh so happy and complete. But it's a good excuse, but I love to use. Baby, I know what to do. Baby, I will love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, it's a good excuse, but I love to use. Baby, I know what to do. Baby, I will love you. I love you. I love you. So will you be my honeybee, giving me kisses all the time? Be mine, be mine.
Another?
Oh, should I do another?
Please.
All right. What should I do?
You've got requests.
Do I? How about...
I'm looking for inspirato.
Maybe I'll do the last music video. But first I'll tune.
I could do a little song and dance while you tune. While you tune, I'll point out these are all frames either from the video itself or from the making of. Kina in the spacesuit.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of Kina lying on her back. And this would be, was this washed in the interim?
It was washed.
I'm just checking.
Several times.
20-some months is a long time.
That is way
If it
too
had,
long.
you probably wouldn't need the mannequin if it hadn't been. It could just stand here.
Yes, seriously. All right.
This is a great shot too of the.
I know, yeah.
And there is, we should point out, we're not playing it now because again, didn't want to be redundant and play during the live stream things people can watch on your channel, but there is a making of.
Yes, there is definitely a making of, and it shows like step by step how it was done. So it's really, they did a good job. It's really interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, that was a really gross chord I played. Okay, this is the one you say goodnight to.
I will be the one you say goodnight to. I will be the one you say goodnight to. Let me first say that you're so charming, and don't you think that you could use someone to charm? I will say it back, I will laugh again. Oh, and maybe you'd like someone to greet you at the door after a long, long day. I'm here for you if you let me. I will be the one you say goodnight to. I will be the one you say goodnight to. Funny thing is I'm trying hard, and it's unlike me to get so caught up in things. But I won't quit till you smile at me. Oh, and I'll just cry if you don't stop to say hello. It hurts the longer this goes. I cry for you if you let me. I will be the one you say goodnight to. I will be the one you say goodnight to. I will be the one you say goodnight to. I will be the one you say goodnight to. I will be the one you say goodnight to.
Yay. Thank you. I know someone on Twitter said, imagine everyone who's watching right now clapping with you.
That helps in my mind, little clappers.
Man, I hope it, I mean, if it's, you know, a tenth as awesome over YouTube as it is sitting here, I seriously, as you're playing, I'm like, I really am. I'm the luckiest person in the world right now. Thank you. Well, so you just got back from some travels?
Yes.
Tell us.
I just got back from my first ever European tour.
And you, a sold out European tour. I'll brag for you since you won. Congratulations. How was it?
It was crazy. It was just so fun. I didn't know what to expect, you know, like are they going to understand what I'm saying? First of all, they all speak English basically perfectly, so that wasn't a concern. But they were just awesome. And the thing that was interesting, you know, I've been touring around the U.S. for a while now, and so I kind of, there's this feeling at my shows. The people there are just, they're warm, nice, like supportive, awesome people, you know? And that feeling at my shows here was the same feeling there. It was kind of like the same home and the same kind of people at the shows. And just, I think the coolest thing was doing meet and greets, which I do after all my shows. But, you know, some of these people have been supporting me for years now. And I know them by, you know,
right, their handle.
Twitter names and blog names and stuff like that. But to see them in person and thank them in person and get to, you know, hear a bit of their stories, that was the coolest thing, is just getting to connect with all these people. It's insane.
That's the amazing thing. And, you know, I talked about this a little bit when you were on This Week in Music. And I mean, I just personally find it so fascinating. I mean, for folks who don't know, we have a company called Topspin, and we work with thousands of artists. But, you know, hearing your story it's almost like looking into the future in a way, where you know, you can see how artists grow organically, and you know, with the help of things like YouTube and just being able to connect to folks online, and the way that you've grown that following in the U.S. and now taking it overseas. And I think it's so interesting to hear you say that you know, that the vibe transcends. It's sort of like the vibe you've created online then transcends into, you know, face to face with people as well.
I mean, it's pretty incredible. I guess part of it must be, you know, in my videos, they get a song and then they get me rambling for like a minute at the end. So they've got to be a person who can tolerate my awkwardness and my rambling. And generally those people tend to be really nice and kind of quirky, and I just love it.
But it's also people, I think you're right, because they've experienced more than you know, more than just your art. They've experienced you. They probably see you as a human being, and not as, you know, someone who's far away from them and not like them. And, you know, you're some, you know, you've really earned their support and trust in a way. And I just think it's so amazing to watch it happen organically, and incredible and gratifying to see you get recognized for it as well. Tell us about you won an MTV OMA.
Yes.
What is an OMA?
It's an O Music Award, and I guess it's kind of like the new music award, but in a more like digital online scope. And I found out I was nominated a couple weeks back and kind of put it out there. And like, the people that support me are just incredible, because there's my street teamers, and there's Key Nerds, and then there's like Key Nation, and they just made it their mission. And so what I was saying,
so no one else stood a chance, basically.
I mean, they're pretty amazing. What can I say? But seriously, so winning that was a crazy honor, and seeing Kelly Clarkson like say my name, I was like, that's silly. That's really weird, but amazing.
So Kelly Clarkson
she was like the announcer person, Skyping in from Germany, I think.
Wow.
I know, random.
And the winner is?
Yeah.
Did she have an envelope?
No, I think she looked off to the side for the name.
Right.
But
she's like,
yeah, Kina Grannis.
Yeah. Oh, they had it phonetically for her.
Yeah, probably. But it was amazing and cool. But it really is not my award. Something like that's based on voting, and it's about web-born artists. That goes to my people that have, you know, been with me all these years, and the new people that are just there supporting me, and kind of like my online family. You know, if they weren't voting, if they had not been supporting me and spreading the word for all these years, like, that would have been an impossibility. So
yeah, but they wouldn't be doing it if you weren't awesome. So you got to take a little bit of the credit. Yeah, they're not going to waste their time if they don't like you, Kina. I don't know how to break it to you, but your point is well taken, in that they, you know, those, without them, those things wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, not at all.
And I think, I mean, it really is such an amazing part of your story, and hearing you talk about the tour and really connecting with the audience. I mean, it's what, you know, I was really blown away when I first saw you play and speak in the classroom at UCLA. For exactly that reason. I mean, I really left that thinking, man, this woman is a better marketer than most marketers that I know, and she doesn't even mean to be. She's just doing kind of what comes natural as she builds this organic relationship with her fans. And I mean, I think, I don't know, I think that this video is you know, it's obviously, it's an incredible project and just sort of feat of animation and art and engineering and everything else, right? But it's also, I think, the kind of thing, like, it's great to watch you take that relationship and really just take it to the next place, right? I mean, this is, you know, and all of your videos have been incredible, and this is, you know, you're constantly pushing the envelope. I'm not sure how you're going to top this, to be honest with you.
It's possible. I was just thinking about that today. I've been super giddy about this whole thing, and then I was like, wait a second. It's not going to get better.
Yeah, how are you going to beat this?
Yeah.
It'll get better because you won't be laying on a glass plate for 22 months.
That part will be better, but
you know,
video-wise,
you know, you'll find creative ways to top it, I'm sure. We have so many questions from fans.
Should we do some?
Let's do some, but then we got to hear more music too.
I have a little screen up here.
Yeah, you go for it. If there's something you want to answer, call it out. And otherwise, I'll ask some. I have to log back into my computer. There it is. There's really pages of these questions, so I apologize in advance if your question you know, does not get answered. You know, okay, one question I've seen a lot.
Yes.
Is a question about eating the jelly beans. How many did you eat? So there were 288,000 jelly beans total.
Yes.
How many did you eat?
Okay, well, I started out really, really good about it. I think the first day I ate none. And I was like, this is no problem.
Right.
Second day I ate like 2. And then I was like, okay, if I just eat like 1 a day, that's okay. Yeah. Then there was a period of time where, you know, at the beginning...
This is what they call the slippery slope, by the way.
I know.
I see it coming.
There was one safeguard, which was all of these beans are being handled by a lot of people's hands.
Right.
So we're in the room one day, I get off the table, and I'm like, ooh, pina colada, I love those. And Daphne, the producer's like, oh, Kina, don't, like, they've been touched. If no one was watching, I would have eaten them. But Greg and Daphne are there, so I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gross.
I wouldn't eat those, no way. So I held off of the handled beans, but then we started getting just like bonus beans, like chocolate covered jelly beans.
No way.
Yes.
So wait, Jelly Belly has like a whole like premium line?
Oh yeah.
Oh, who knew?
It's really dangerous because they just, you know, once they got on board, they sent us their beans, and then occasionally they'd be like, here's some fun things for you to try out, and they're like strawberry jelly bean covered in chocolate, and and they're just in these bags, and I would just.
Are there any over here?
We probably have some for you.
Yeah.
They're so good though. So, you know, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but definitely by the end, when mentally I was having a hard time coping with it, it was just like, forget it. I'm eating as many beans as I can.
Do you have any favorite flavors?
Yeah, I like pina colada.
Yeah.
I've always been a huge fan of the green apple. Juicy pear is kind of exciting. It's like the texture of pear somehow. I don't know.
Right.
It blows my mind.
Kind of like,
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like gritty thing.
Right. All right. Let's answer one more question and then play some more music, and then we'll answer lots of questions.
All right.
Well, and there's requests too. So I don't know if you want them, but I'll go through. People. Magnet Hearts have seen a bunch. People, you know.
They're requesting all the ones they know I will mess up on.
That's
I
cruel.
need to practice. They're all the oldies, which I would love to play, but I'm not prepared.
Yeah. All right. I want to find a good, if we're going to eat, you know, or if we're going to answer, I'm reading about eating jelly beans.
If we're going to eat jelly beans?
So here's a good and also cruel question.
Okay.
Do you plan on doing another SCP?
I mean, I'm not planning on it, but if it happened, I would have no choice but to do another SCP.
Yeah, you don't find these things, they find you, in other words?
Yeah, they find me.
All
you know, I had no choice but to kind of do this with this project, because once I took it on, it was like, I can't be tweeting for the next however long this lasts saying, oh, I'm working on the music video again.
Right.
I had to do it. So there's a time when you realize a project needs to be an SCP. And if I get to that point, it will happen.
Well, and so another person asked a related question, which is, how hard was it to restrain yourself from talking about this for all the time you've been making this video?
It's been insane because really, like I mentioned, anytime I'm not on tour, I'm at Greg's, or was, not anymore. I just be at Greg's on a table doing things with jelly beans. And I didn't tweet that I was working on it like most of the time because I just figured it'd be annoying if every night I'm like, working on the SCP again. People would just start being like, shut up, please.
Yeah, great.
You know?
Well, it would become as tedious for them as it was for you.
Exactly. So I didn't want to wear them out. So I tried to be light on that. But it was definitely hard, you know, touring during this time. Be like, what are you working on? When's your next music video? I don't know what's going on.
I can't be bothered. You know, music videos. Who has time for it? Yeah. Wow. Well, I have a question, and someone asked a similar question. It was what I was thinking while I was watching the video, which is how you're singing along in the stop motion. Like how was that done? And the other, you know, I get when you're sort of pointing to a jelly bean, that makes sense. But how do you know sort of what shape your mouth should be in for this frame?
Basically, at the beginning, I had to memorize this choreographed routine, which would be the gist of the video. So he would say, like, we'd play the song, and he'd say, when you get to this word, first you're walking sideways, then on this word you're going to turn forward, then there's going to be a bird, and you're going to pick up the bird. So I memorized this routine, and then he filmed me singing and acting out this routine just in front of a screen, being like, la 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 la. And so we do this singing, then he breaks it up into reference frames. So for each frame he could say, okay, it looks like you're doing the R sound going into such and such word, and it looks kind of like this. And then I'd kind of do it, and he'd do, you know, the touch-ups and stuff like that. But so we had a reference, thank goodness, otherwise it would have been insane.
Oh, that's really, really interesting. Yeah. I wouldn't have guessed that even, and
We thought it out well, because without that it would have been a disaster. Yeah, for sure.
Man, it's really such a piece of work, and really I hope that people appreciate the work that went into it, because that's the other thing, is that you could watch it and be like, Photoshop.
I know, that was my fear, that, you know, I'm like, oh, this is so crazy. And then I'm like, what if I put it out and people watch it and they're just like, oh, that's cool, that's cute. I'm like, you don't understand, you don't understand, please.
Right.
So hopefully they'll watch the making of and kind of have a better understanding for how it went down.
Right. Well, and I think you're going to have this conversation more times as well. I'm picturing you on the Today Show talking about this. Maybe Oprah, Ellen.
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
Let's do it.
Come on, guys. Where are you?
Yeah, hey.
All right. Can we hear some more music?
Some more music, yeah. Let's do it. Oh, make it go. That's it. I'll cry if I play that song. There are some that I just need to prepare for. Let's see. Without Me. Yeah, I can do Without Me. I'll do that one. Cool. So this is a newer song off Stairwells, and it's called Without Me, which I already said. You let me know that I was done, put me to rest far away from you. No words will go between us now, and you think this will help somehow. Somehow. Stay a while so you can get this off your chest. Prove to yourself without me is best. I don't believe you'd rather go on without me. That you think this is what you need. That you're better, that you're better without me.
Another heartfelt letter, followed by signs that you're the man. You say I should be better and educate me on my flaws. But if you care, I'm open. And if you need, I'll stay a while, so you can get this off your chest. Prove to yourself without me it's best to don't believe. You'd rather go on without me. And you think this is what you need. That you're better, that you're better without me. Without me, yeah. Oh, now you're coming around here, doing what you do. You're making this hard, me living without you. Oh, don't you see that it's simple? Oh, don't you see it's so obvious? Oh, it should be you and me constantly. I can't let it go. But if you care, I'm open. And if you need, I'll stay a while, so you can get this off your chest. Prove to yourself without me it's best to don't believe. You'd rather go on without me. And you think this is what you need. That you're better, that you're better without me. Without me. Without me. Without me. That siren kind of came in too.
Perfect. That's the siren outro.
Yeah.
So that's from Stairwells.
That's from Stairwells.
And I just wanted to throw out there, if anybody doesn't have Stairwells, first of all, I'd like to say what's wrong with you. Second of all, though, you can remedy this situation by going to the channel page and check out. You can buy Kina's album right from the YouTube page, and that's kind of a
cool.
That's kind of a plug for Topspin as well. And I'll just be a little gratuitous and say that our company Topspin has a YouTube integration, and it's all kind of perfect. We can come together, do the live stream, help sell the music right from the channel. And I was talking to John, your manager, earlier today, and I mean it's really kind of amazing what you guys have done in rolling this out. If you just think about it from the perspective of what an artist can do on their own at this point. I mean, you said earlier that you got off stage last night and you went back and you released the video.
Yeah,
so it wasn't a record label releasing the video.
No.
It was you and John.
Yeah, me and John were both, and at this point we're both really sleep deprived and like adrenaline crazy, and we're both going, read this, does this make sense? Does this tweet make sense? Does the press release make sense? Yeah, okay, let's go. It's craziness.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I think, I mean, what you guys are doing is so fascinating. So, I mean, what is your team? I mean, obviously it's you, and you do a lot of it. I mean, before we came on here today, it wasn't like there was some social media person getting the tweet out for you. You were getting your tweet. I was retweeting it.
Yeah.
John was literally sitting on his knees over there doing something, trying to make the video the front page on YouTube. So it's obviously the two of you. And, I mean, you guys really do most of the work, it seems to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good team as of late, just kind of figuring out, okay, what do we do next? And how can we best get this out to people? And what do people want? And stuff like that. Of course, outside of that, as far as the team goes, there's, my agents that make it possible for me to go on tour, and they book those for me. And my publicist who sends out things and things happen. And then the people at the Orchard have been there as well. So
the Orchard, for the people who don't know, is a distributor that helps make sure things happen. Sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, for the most part, for things like this, it's me, it's John, it's my family, brainstorming, going, okay, what should we do and how should we do this? How can we best give this to people and make it fun and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's been a recurring theme as I've talked to people over the course of doing This Week in Music, that a lot of it really is just hard work. There's not really any way around that.
Yeah.
How do you balance, having the creative aspect of what you do and then the work aspect? I mean, in a lot of ways, the video is kind of emblematic of something that's beautiful and creative and absolutely creative expression, but also, as you've been talking about, tons of work.
Yeah.
So how do you do that, and how do you know, oh man, this is something that I shouldn't be doing so that I can be an artist? How do you balance that?
That's something that I'm trying to learn, especially, and I've been trying to grow my team as I've been doing this, but in the past couple years doing this on my own and having this slow, steady growth, I just kind of took on everything by myself at first. I was sending out all of my CDs, hand addressing them, and everything was me, and I stopped playing music. I was just trying to stay on top of everything. And then, slowly I'm figuring it out, but I'm still needing to remember that I need to make, the music a priority, because that's why I do it. I do it because I love music and I love sharing that with people, and I hope that people can get something from it. So what I've been doing lately is trying to, ideally I would set aside a time every day where I play. I keep failing at that. It's really difficult because I just go to my computer and then my day's gone.
Yeah, the computer will suck your time away.
It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
But I've been doing little retreats, like a week-long thing where hopefully I go to a different place. One time I went to a cabin, ended up being frightening, but I say...
That can be inspiring as well.
It was. I wrote a lot of great songs, but I was
Scary
crying
songs.
at the time. Yeah.
Right.
But saying I can use the internet for 2 hours a day to, tweet and connect to people and see what's going on. But other than that, I'm sitting with my guitar, I'm going on a run in nature, and I'm just trying to let my brain remember this stuff, because most of the time my brain is so caught up in all the,
It makes sense. There's a friend of mine, Hunter Walk, who is one of the product managers at YouTube, and he has this mantra that he shares, and it's really not for people like you in a way. He's really kind of trying to tell this to big companies that are trying to reach people, but he keeps saying content, not advertising, content, not advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, you're kind of saying the same thing, which is like, I need to, yes, I can communicate with my fans and do that part of my, being an artist, but unless I'm making great music, then the whole thing doesn't exist.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I feel like I'm gonna speak on your behalf to your fans and say, listen, if she's quiet for a while, it's okay. It's probably a good sign, right? You don't need to hear from, if you reply her, you don't need to hear from her within 10 minutes. Then if you do, you should be worried, actually, not excited. So hopefully they'll give you a little, space to.
It's hard for me too, though, because I go through withdrawals if I lost my iPhone when I was on tour in Europe, and suddenly it's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to be doing right now if I can't be checking Twitter?
Yeah, your thumbs will actually start to atrophy. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Well, and so what's next? It's been recap the year for me. We talked about what's recent.
Okay.
What is your? Go back to January.
January. I don't remember January.
All right.
But sometime after that, basically, I had released Stairwells completely on my own. It went really well. I was really proud of it. But there was this part of me that was saying, I poured so much into this, and I would love to just share it on a slightly broader scale than the people I already have, in my little world. So I sat with John and we said, let's bring in a partner. And so I signed with an independent label, One Haven, which works with The Orchard. And so this past April, we re-released Stairwells physically too. So it was in stores, which is really exciting.
Right.
And did a bunch of touring in the States, and then did this past tour, and then coming up, I'm going to be going to Europe again in February.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so...
Back again, and why go back immediately when you were just there?
I mean, I think part of the problem was, since it was the first time going, we didn't know what to expect. So they all, they sold out, and a lot of people didn't get to come.
Right.
So that was kind of the test run, and now, we have sized venues that make a little bit more sense. And now, I guess the album wasn't even officially released in Europe yet. So now the album will be out in Europe, and we'll get to do it, and I just get to see Europe again, and get to see all the people again. So.
Well, it's great to go back right away, because hopefully those people who came on this last tour are going to bring a couple of friends this time around,
Hopefully.
and yeah, it makes sense to just keep it going. And you know what you should do? You should just release the album again.
I can't just keep releasing Stairwells for the rest of my life.
Not for the rest of your life, but until a sufficient number of people have heard it. It's so funny. We joke, but Brian Klein, who manages Fits in the Tantrums, was on the show, and it's just so interesting that Fits in the Tantrums' first little album/EP thing, he basically re-released it like 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, and he just did it in kind of different contexts and different ways, but he said, I joked with him about it, and he goes, well, think about the ratio of people who haven't heard it compared to the people who have heard it. It's new to those people, and if we can get it out to them, but I think it makes sense, because there's just no question that there are a lot more people who would like the record if they knew about it, and if you approach it from that angle, how do I get it in front of all those people who don't even know it exists yet?
It's a really big world.
It is a big world,
Yeah.
but you're conquering it slowly but surely. All right. Well, should we look and see some of the recent questions?
Yeah.
I looked back through some of the ones further back. People pointing out that it's going to be crazy cold when you're there in February.
Oh gosh, I'm so scared of the winter in Europe. I can't handle winter well. Winter in Southern California, I'm like,
it's cold.
I've never prepared enough, and
yeah.
snow.
Well, add to that a lot of darkness, and you're starting to get close. Let's see. I was going to say that so Billboard referenced what I first thought of when I saw the video, and I thought, well, I don't know, maybe this isn't the right reference, but I think it is the Sledgehammer video, the Peter Gabriel
I've heard that
video.
a couple of times.
Yeah. Do you not know it?
I didn't, but then I watched it.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's an
pretty
awesome reference.
Yeah, it's a great.
It's
great.
really
It's a
cool.
truly classic video, and very similar. I wondered if there was
awesome.
any inspiration there. And I definitely see a movement. So maybe we can appeal to the rest of the folks that are following along. There's definitely a movement to tweet at The Ellen Show.
Oh, is that going on?
Come on, Bill. At The Ellen Show. Just give them a link to the video. Like, this one's good. At The Ellen Show, amazing music video made by 288,000 jelly beans. And there's a link to the video. And if we bombard them with this, we can make that happen.
They're very dedicated to that cause. I love Ellen. She is amazing.
All right. I think there's a lot to go here, and a lot of questions which I'm not going to ask you because they're not appropriate for me to ask.
Uh-oh.
Want to play us another song?
Yeah, I'll do that. I just saw that my dad is requesting a song, which he gets to hear whatever he wants whenever he wants, but he's also my dad.
Yeah,
So I'll do it for my dad. Okay. This song is also off Stairwells. They're all on Stairwells, basically.
But it's called It's Love.
Am I in the right key? No.
Yeah, I wanna know where you go if you're going. We could take it slow if you don't show that you're slowing. You could try to save me if you're crazy, but I wanna know if we go where we're going to. People try to find reasons why things aren't worth it. I think I just said the wrong lyric, everyone. That was wrong. Sometimes your brain just goes places, like jelly beans, and then you say the wrong words. That happens. I need to be slowly fed jelly beans, so my brain keeps processing. Starting where we left off. People try to find reasons why things aren't perfect. Fight to deny every smile they're deserving. But we can try to end this. Just give me one kiss. Let me show you how, even now, things are perfect. If you wanna grow, you gotta let it go. You, afraid to fall, you know it's all you. Afraid to fall, you know it's all love. I know that you're scared to prepare for this feeling, but it's always there, like the air that you're breathing. So go on, take a deep breath and give it your best. Maybe you'll see through to me and your feelings too. If you wanna grow, you gotta let it go. You, afraid to fall, you know it's all you. Afraid to fall, you know it's all love. If you open up your hand, don't try too hard. You don't have to understand. Just start. You, afraid to fall. You know it's all you. Afraid to fall. You know it's all love.
Yay. For your dad,
For my dad,
That's
who's out
sweet.
there watching.
as a father of
Is
daughters.
he not working today? Wait. Why is he not working? I think he's at work. I'm
Should
so
we worry?
confused. He ditched
I do now
work?
follow your dad on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm,
He's a good guy.
That's good.
Definitely.
well, thank you so
Yeah.
very much. There were a couple of other questions that I wanted
Yeah.
to get to. Jacob Canary is desperate to know how old were you when you started an interest in music. He's asked a few times. I want to be sure we get that answer for
Look
him.
at that cute little icon of a little bird with hair.
I know the birds kind of got like a Beatles do.
Yeah, it's very
An early
classy.
Beatles do. Yeah.
When did I first get started in music or interested? I mean, I think for me it was something that was in my brain since I was born, because I can't.
Your parents musical?
You know, music was so everywhere in my house that if you had asked me that years and years ago, I probably would have said no, because I thought that was normal.
Right.
But we had a grand piano in the living room, and me and my sisters grew up playing violin, and we had like an accordion and a Japanese koto and like all these ukulele and flutes and clarinets and stuff like that. Not clarinets. What's the other one? Recorder. So, you know, it was there, and they weren't necessarily playing them, but they were there. And then my parents would sing along to the radio, and they always sung harmonies. So that was something I kind of thought every human did also, is just
Right.
be
Every
able to
couple sings
sing
harmony,
and
yeah.
be able to sing in harmony.
Right.
And I think it was in 5th grade when all of a sudden the harmony switch clicked in my brain, and then I could just sing harmonies to anything. I was like, yes, this is awesome. But as far as music in general, you know, having the piano there growing up, I would just sit there, and my first, you know, actual compositions were on piano. It wasn't even singing. Before that, I guess, I don't know how it started, but I would just make up songs about stuffed animals, or I had a game that I would play with my little sister when she was really, really little, and I'd say, okay, make up a song title, and then I'll sing the song. So she'd be like, you know, pretty rainbow in a pot of gold or something, a 3-year-old says, and then I'd sit there and sing this whole song about it, and I loved it, and I guess I thought it was normal to want to do things like that. So I loved singing and playing music, and did orchestra from 4th grade until halfway through high school. And then it was when I was 15 that I guess it dawned on me that this isn't normal. You know, this is something that's in me that needs to get out. And I was actually at this Christmas concert that I go to with my extended family every year, and it was really weird. It was a community college, Citrus Choir, and they're singing, and all of a sudden I'm bawling, and not like, oh, this is so beautiful, but like something in me is like pained or something, and so I run out to the bathroom, and I'm crying in the bathroom. My older sister runs in, and she's like, what's wrong, and I'm trying to think what's wrong, and I can't pin it. And then I think what dawned on me is that I need to be singing. Like, I'm watching these people sing, and I want to do that so bad. So that's when I was 15, and basically from that point forward, it was like any chance I could get to sing, not publicly, but in the comfort of my own room, I was doing it. And at first I went to like karaoke tracks because I had no idea what else. I'm like, I need to sing. So Napster was big at the time, just downloading karaoke tracks and just singing because I needed to.
What kind of stuff? Give me an example.
Oh, gosh.
Well, if you were going to play me your best work at that moment, what would it have been?
They were bad.
Come on, that's why we want to know.
I mean, they were good songs, but I did not sing them well. One of the first ones I really loved singing was Paper Bag by Fiona Apple. It's an amazing song. I also was into Kay's Choice, not a very well-known band here, but I love them. And what were some big, I'm sure I did like Sarah McLachlan and stuff like that. So I started doing that, and luckily that phase didn't last long, and I discovered we had a guitar under the piano, which I guess I knew was there, but it never appealed to me until this moment. And the radio was on in my room, and it was Hello World, a song by Bel Perez, I think. And it's really basic, starts out just like, you know, something very just guitar chord. And I was like, I feel like I can play that. And I run down, get the guitar, and I'm sitting there next to my little boombox on the ground trying to find the notes. And I found them, and I was like, oh my gosh. And from that point forward, it was me locked in my room, just online trying to learn every song I could learn.
But the first song you learned was Hello World.
I know.
That's pretty amazing. Speaking as somebody who studied computer science, and every computer program you write when you learn a new language is called Hello World.
Is it?
Yes.
That's so weird.
It's so appropriate.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's
Yes.
very meaningful.
Yes.
So, you know, I started teaching myself, and then about a month later, I just stumbled upon writing my first song. It came naturally, and then that was a whole other thing. I had always been someone who was very, like, in my head. I couldn't really talk to people about what I felt or if I was upset about something. It just all lived in my head and drove me crazy. So for the first time, it was like I had this outlet, and I could say all the things that I was afraid to say out loud in the form of a song. And so it became kind of therapeutic in that way, that it was like, oh, yes, not only am I getting to sing, but I'm getting to speak, you know.
Express.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I guess that was a really long,
That was a great
weird
answer
answer.
to that question. That, you know, Jacob, come on. I hope you were stoked. Let's see. See anything else up there that you want to answer? For those that are just joining us, for anyone joining late, my name's Ian. I'm here with Kina Grannis. We are in Los Angeles, California, at the This Weekend Studios in Culver City, to be very specific. And we're here to celebrate the release of Kina's project that she's been working on for many, many, many months. And it's a music video, which you can watch on her channel. It's youtube.com/Kina Grannis. And it's an incredible video that's stop action animation done with Kina and a cast of almost 300,000 jelly beans that were supplied by the fine folks at Jelly Belly. And that's what we're here doing, just talking and playing some songs. So, you see anything else up there that you want to answer?
Someone said, "Where do you get the yay hats?" I was actually talking to my mom about yay hats. When I first released Stairwells, I did a live stream party for the release, and I was like, I need to make this look exciting somehow, and so I took a piece of paper and I watercolored it, and then I cut it into the shape of a little party hat, and I wrote yay on it. And then it kind of became a part of Key Nation, I suppose. And so whenever exciting things happen, it's like, yay hat, and then my mom went and like had a bunch of yay hats made and kind of handed them out. So my mom made the ones that everyone has, but the original is sitting on a penguin in my room, not a live penguin, not a live one. Yeah. Looking at
my laptop's out of battery, so I'll look at this now too.
Now.
Are you not selling those on the road? No yay hats on the road?
No yay hats on the road.
You should do that from the site. Be selling them on YouTube right this moment.
Everyone can have a yay hat for all your yayish occasions.
We're looking at questions.
Yeah,
folks,
sorry. I know this is awkward
so
for you.
there's a screen here, and we're looking at questions. I'm leaving it to Kina at this point to decide which one she wants to answer.
P.O. Box videos. I shoot videos periodically with all the goodies people send me. The problem is I shoot them and it's a ton of footage and then I don't have time to edit them. So for example, I have an entire new P.O. Box video that I shot a year ago sitting unedited in my hard drive. So hopefully I'll edit that soon and you can see it.
I think what Kina needs is an intern who knows how to edit.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. If you do, please contact her.
Let's see. I saw someone ask what my first song ever was, and
the first song you ever wrote.
The first song I ever wrote. It's called "Confide in You." It's a terrible title. I would never play it for you, but I'll play you like a tiny snippet of the guitar just so you can just get an idea. First, I have to remember how it goes. Oh, that's the wrong song. No, here we go. And then I start singing some off the lyrics that I want to. But I know it's kind of how first songs go.
I'm impressed that your first song ever included a hammer-on.
Yeah?
Mine didn't.
I liked Do you have some first songs? Do you want to play yours?
No.
Hammer-ons, yeah, they're just good. Should we whip out some jelly beans?
I think I need to. This one seems appropriate. It's the autumn mix.
Oh, yeah, you should see if there are any of the chocolate ones.
Yeah,
today,
let's go through here. So we have a little box of Jelly Bellies. Oh yeah, look at this. Jelly Belly dips.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Eat those.
This is so wrong. Here's candy corn. That makes sense.
Yeah, apparently there are seven makers of that too. Let's see. Well, I have time on my Euro tour to see the cities. Unfortunately, on this next tour, it's a lot of dates and not a lot of time, so I won't get to see them much. But on the one I just finished in October, I had a lot of off days. I requested them because I'm like, look, if I'm spending the money to get to Europe, let's see it a little bit. So I had a lot of off days and explored. So which one are you opening? Is it cherry?
Yeah, very cherry, chocolate-covered jelly beans.
It's really
There's no way to open them without sort of ruining the audio of the entire production, though, so I'm not sure.
Crackle.
Let me just show you. This is the proper way to open a package of Jelly Bellies. And your teeth in there. There you go. Oh, my dentist
That's
is
how
watching.
It's done.
Yeah, there you go. And then,
yeah, while you're
voila.
about to eat candy and ripping it open with your teeth.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'd be proud of you.
Happy Halloween.
Am I considering buying a new tailor in the future? I feel like my tailor needs are pretty satisfied at the moment. This was my first tailor. Basically, I had Takamines before that, and I thought it was awesome until I sat down and played this, and then I was like, oh shoot, I need that right now. So I bought this like halfway through college and spent most of the money I owned on it, but I was like, someday this will be worth it. Yeah, you know, but it's definitely been worth it. And then I've got my Koa tailor also, which luckily I didn't have to pay for that one. It's kind of a gift. So yeah, but I love my tailors. What's the best gift someone gave to me during my tour? I get a lot of awesome things. I get a lot of candy. I get a lot of chocolate, which is great, but makes me very unhealthy on tour.
Right.
And I'm also already really unhealthy on tour. What else do I get? I mean, for a unique one I got, this girl walks up and she's like, I have something for you. I'm like, okay. And she goes like this. There's nothing in her hand. I'm like, okay, what's going on? She goes, it's an imaginary bunny. I'm like, okay. She gives it to me and I took it. I was like, hello. And then my little imaginary bunny sat with me on the table for the rest of the night. So, I mean, she gets
That's
points
sweet.
for uniqueness for sure.
That's sweet, and it also goes to show that the creativity wins sometimes. There
Yeah,
was the
it
one
stuck
that
with
the one
me.
that stuck with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. But a real bunny would have been cool, except it would have died.
And a total pain in the ass.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. Really bad idea.
It would have been cool for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then I'd had to pawn it off to someone.
Yeah.
Oh man. Did I ever name that tailor my tailor? I am not good at naming things. I know a lot of people name them, and that seems cool, but for me to name something feels really awkward.
It's got to come to you with a name.
You know, you can't just be like, all right, Barbara. It's just,
Yeah.
I'm already, I have two pet snakes, and they both went nameless for like the 2 first months I had them. I was like, I don't know what to call you. A name is so permanent, you know?
So did you finally name him?
I did. Jeremy Fisher and Hubert Cumberdale. So I felt really confident.
It
Yeah.
was worth the wait. Yeah, well, you should actually start thinking about kid names now.
I know,
Just
because
to,
that's
just to have
dangerous.
a list somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't
They'll
want
be
them to
like
live
5 years old.
yeah,
Like,
no,
I'm
come
sorry,
on,
I don't want to
they've gotta have
commit to
names.
anything yet.
Yeah. Or just don't commit. Just call them all kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm sure that's really, really healthy for
It's
them.
good for them. Yeah, it keeps them on their toes.
Can I hum my first song without the lyrics? No, it's stupid. Maybe someday when less people are watching. Bunnies. My ring. Someone asked about my ring. This ring was actually made by my grandfather.
Wow.
My mother's father was a jeweler, and I actually never knew him. He passed away when I was like 1 or 2, but she passed this down to me, as well as his ukulele, which was then stolen, and that's an entirely different story. But, so this is, it's kind of like a family heirloom of sorts, and I think that's like red coral. My mom grew up in Hawaii, and her dad was from Hawaii also, so, yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I like it.
It's way better than I got it on Melrose.
Yeah. Oh, salad finger. Someone got the reference of my snake names. Nice. Let's see. European Kina Con. We'll see. We'll see about that.
That's not a bad idea. You have a little meetup of some sort.
I could definitely do a meetup.
Somewhere central.
Yeah. How long have I been growing my hair? I promise it's not intentional. It's actually really unhealthy at this point. One thing though, working on this video for the last
right.
long, I kept having urges to cut all my hair off and I couldn't, So that was, now that I'm done, I kind of want to.
Now you can.
I could chop
now
it
at least
all
you
off.
have the freedom.
Yeah.
The freedom to do what you need to do.
I'm thinking about doing like a locks of love at some point.
That's a good idea.
But then I'm afraid people are gonna hate me.
Well,
Don't cut your hair off, blah blah blah. And then I'll
And
feel
then you got to go through
sad
that
and-
in-between phase.
Yeah, the in-between phase is never good.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Been there.
A cover from Nice Guys. I can't do that. They need to do that, not me. Let's see.
There's one more song.
One more song? All right. What would a good one be? Does anyone have song requests?
There have been plenty in the stream. I think they've given up on us in the song request.
Because I keep ignoring them all. Oh, it's bad of me. How about... A long, long, long time ago, I saw someone request a new song that is unreleased. I'll do that one for fun.
I'll be over here eating jelly beans.
Yeah. Get out your jelly beans. This song is called This Far, and it's not released yet. Hopefully it'll be on my next album, but who knows when that will be. All right. Wait, how does it go? Yeah, I got it. I got this. How does the next line go?
You know it's harder when you hold me. You get me searching for the ceiling. And though I've tried to forget things, it's so hard, so hard. So I'll keep going through the motions, creating comfort when there is none. Coming to terms with the notion, are we okay? Okay. When rain falls down on me so hard, the winds unraveling me. Don't start an ocean swallowing up my heart. And I've made it this far, and I'll keep wishing on a bright star that will keep drawing all the right cards, and I'll keep singing when it goes dark, 'cause I've made it this far. I've made it this far. It's hard to see a happy ending when you don't see how you can mend things. But life is long and forgiving, and it goes on and on and on. When rain falls down on me so hard, the winds unraveling me. Don't start an ocean swallowing up my heart. And I've made it this far, so I'll keep wishing on a bright star that will keep drawing all the right cards, and I'll keep singing when it goes dark, 'cause I've made it this far. I've made it this far. I've made it this far.
Don't mind us. We're just reading a secret note.
That was beautiful. So again, for people just joining, Kina Grannis, ladies and gentlemen, his new music video, In Your Arms, came out last night after a show at Largo, and a show of the video on the big screen. Easily the best music video of the year. Kind of cruel of you to release it at the end of the year when people don't have enough time to actually compete, but still probably the clear winner in terms of video of the year. Also done completely DIY. You know, I mean, here you got some folks in a spare bedroom with a few 100,000 jelly beans for, you know, nearly 2 years. really making art. And it's really, really amazing, and thanks so much for coming by and sharing it with us.
No,
Really,
it's
really
so fun to
appreciate
be able
it.
to do this, and I don't get to talk live with these folks very often, so hello.
And we will. People have been asking if this was being recorded and put up. We will. It's definitely being recorded.
Cool.
We're told it's being recorded. We'll see afterwards.
Awesome.
We'll confirm
Unless I do
that it
something
was
really
recorded.
embarrassing, and then it
Was-
won't be.
Just edit that out, and we'll put it up so you can watch it forevermore. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you want to do anything else before we wrap up? Any other questions on
Are
there?
there any more questions? Maybe I'll do one more song and
That
a
would be
couple
awesome.
more questions. Well, a couple more questions, and we'll end it on a song. How about that?
And while we're here, I want to thank This Weekend and Mahalo for having us.
Yes, it's
Will Thompson,
amazing
our
that,
producer. Thank you guys.
Thanks to Will and Mahalo for having us here. It's like a real studio. I'm so used to my bedroom, so.
Well, and this is the new This Weekend studio,
The
so
new
it's
studio.
it's only going to get better.
That's
So you have to come
really
back when
exciting.
it's like a
Alright,
full
let's do
sound
it.
stage.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Abbey Road in here really soon.
Uh-oh, I think I just made my mic make sounds. I'm sorry, everyone. I touched
It's
it.
the old hair in the mic trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have any other hobbies besides music?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I do. We've actually talked about this. I'm very into running, and I'm trying to get more into it. I've always been a runner in my mind since high school when I did cross country and track, and now it's been a matter of getting back into that and stuff like that. But barefoot running, we were talking about.
Yep.
I still want to get some good non-shoes for barefoot running.
Yeah. Like the
So-
Vibram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta try that. So running is something I'm into. Hiking, reading occasionally, a lot of things really.
It sounds like you've been pretty much planning to do this for
Yeah.
a long time, but
I
what do you
haven't
think
had
you would be
time for
doing
all
if you weren't
this.
doing this?
I mean,
What was the other
Gosh.
path?
I don't know. the other path was scramble. I remember when I was graduating college, having that thought for a moment, like, okay, what do I do now? Because for the last 4 years, I've been playing music every spare second I had and playing as many shows as I could, but I was in school and I had a duty, and it was school. And then you're done. And so the plan was, get a part-time job in LA and keep trying to do it. And luckily, I had this random situation happen where a band in Austin, Texas wanted me to come out and sing with them, and I ended up kind of doing my own thing in Austin for a while and meeting a lot of songwriters and playing a ton of gigs there. And so I had this excuse to go straight into music full-time, but I don't know what I would have done. I think it would have been one of those things where I would just randomly be trying things out. I'd studied psychology, not really with the intention of going into it, but for me, people have always been the most interesting thing to me. I'm a big people watcher and stuff like that. And so just learning about people and interacting with people and helping people in a way might have been interesting. So maybe some sort of...
It's not that different from what you're doing now. You're just doing
guess
it in a
it's kinda,
particular way.
yeah. I just like to connect and try to help and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's not really a better way to connect and help people than through music. I mean, actually, there
Definitely.
probably is, but it's certainly a valid way.
Yeah.
It's,
Like doctors saving lives.
yeah,
is
that's what I
kind
was
of-
thinking. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
some people are,
Yeah.
saving lives every day,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's music saves lives as well.
Sometimes it does. Valentine in Spanish, yeah, right. Someday I'll learn that. Last song, I'm seeing Give Me Back, and I'm seeing...
What did you do for Halloween? What were you dressed up as?
I was so lame on Halloween.
You were just watching yourself on the OMAs?
Yeah. I was thinking about doing something, but basically the last week has been crazy because John and I have been trying to make sure everything's ready to go for the release. And so I was in my pajamas, not ready for bed, like I never changed out of my pajamas from the morning. And I'm like writing a newsletter or something, and then on another computer, I had the OMAs going. I'm content here.
Right.
I'll think Halloween thoughts, and that was kind of the extent of it.
You were you in your pajamas for Halloween.
Yeah, I did carve a pumpkin, which that counts for something.
Yeah, for sure.
I think so.
Was it a face or a...
It was pretty awesome. It was like a very toothy pumpkin, like 2 eyes and like so many teeth. Yeah, there's pictures online.
Yeah.
You can find it. Could I make my own guitar picks? I'm thinking about it actually.
I know where you can get those made.
Yeah? All right, we'll talk. Please sing us one of the songs you wrote on one of the music retreats. Maybe I'll end on that. I'll do that. Okay. So I mentioned I did this music retreat in a cabin.
Yep.
And I don't know why it never occurred to me until I was there that this was a terrible idea because I'm going to be alone in the forest and I'm going to think I'm going to get killed all the time. So I was there. Daylight is fine, and then the first night comes and I'm realizing, okay, I'm not okay with this. So this place had no blinds, which doesn't help, and it has windows on every wall. So luckily, I found a lot of spare sheets and towels. I covered up all the windows in the bedroom, then I would just lock the door and sit in there for the entire time of darkness. But there was this one night, I think it was maybe the second or third night, when it was one of those A-frame cabins, and it had like a half an upstairs, and then it was open to the downstairs. And I'm sitting up there by myself, and I'm playing, and then I hear this sound downstairs that's like, it sounds like a footstep, and I'm freaking out. And so I do that thing where you like can't move or can't breathe for quite a while, and then I hear it again. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get murdered right now. And I'm having flashbacks to earlier in the day, like a pest control guy came, and I'm like, that was no pest control guy.
He was casing the place for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna come kill me. So, okay, someone's downstairs. I need to deal with the situation. So of course I just start texting everyone I know, being like, what do I do? I'm texting my family, and I'm texting John, and he's like, you need to go downstairs. I'm like, I can't go downstairs because they're downstairs. And then I start going crazy and doing things like fake calling the police so the imaginary person is scared.
Oh,
like I was
good.
going crazy, basically, until my dad finally, he got me on the phone, which at first I was opposed to. I'm like, if I'm on the phone, they're gonna hear me. They're gonna know I'm scared. He's like, get on the phone. He's like, you're freaking out. No one's there. Just stay on the phone with me. Let's walk downstairs. Okay. So I'm freaking out at this point. I go down. No one's there. I look under all the tables and closets. And then I see 2 mice run by. And it was mice. And they were so cute. And all the while I thought I was getting murdered. But I slept with a knife next to my bed. Like, that's the extent of my freak out. I had a knife with me for the rest of the stay. But needless to say, from that point on in this trip was a lot of reflecting on how I worry. And not only in the sense of, I'm alone and I'm worrying, but my whole life I've always been the worrier of the family, and I'm always worrying about how other people are thinking of me, and I'm worrying about how they're feeling, and just I worry. That's what I do. And it can be a good thing at times, but it kind of takes over my brain, and I'm starting to realize that, it's good to be aware of the possibilities, but to dwell on them, it doesn't change anything. So I wrote a song. It's called Little Worrier, and I'll play it now. This is also super, super new. I might mess up the lyrics and stuff. So I guess this is the last one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you, Ian, so much
It's my
for
pleasure.
doing this with me.
Thank you for coming by. This is a serious pleasure.
Wow, this is just so fun. I'll miss you guys. I'll see you on Twitter or something.
And in Europe.
And in Europe, that too. Twitter in Europe. Also, I just wanted to thank everyone for sharing the video. I've been so blown away looking at my Twitter feed and Facebook and seeing everyone reposting it and sharing it with their friends, and it's like, wow, it's incredible. And that's the kind of stuff that I've been talking about from the beginning of me trying to do music, that it's things like that, like person to person, that's what really can can share music. And so thank you guys for believing in it and sharing it and stuff like that.
Well, and hopefully it's just the beginning. You know, that's the way these things go online is, you know, keep sharing it and share the making of too, because it's important for people to get, you know, what went into creating the video. And so yeah, please keep sharing it and share the making of, and you know, just help introduce Kina's music to people who don't know about it yet.
Okay. Let's remember how to play this before I do it.
Just think of the mice
Yeah.
and the knife.
The knife.
You
and
really
the-
are, yeah. You're like the farmer's wife with the carver's knife, the whole three blind mice thing. That was you.
That was me.
I'm glad you didn't hurt any mice.
I know. That would have been really sad. They were really cute, but I hated them by the end.
No, of course.
Because they would run through my bedroom at night. It's just nerve-wracking. Terrible. Okay, so this is Little Warrior, and I hope I don't mess up, but I might. That I already messed up. But it was at the beginning, so it's okay. And rewind, that didn't happen. Okay.
Little warrior, lay your head to rest and give yourself some peace. Lines get blurrier when you make believe. Let the clock unwind, let go your mind this time. Does it change a thing, dwelling down each road of possibility? And every moment sings of some disbelief. Don't let fallen leaves speak of solemn trees tonight. Don't worry, little warrior. Don't hurry the hurt. Let the moment burn. And just take your time. This is your life. Please don't let your tears run dry. Every second past is a heartbeat gone and tucked behind the glass. You can't get it back, it will never last. Don't worry, little warrior. Don't hurry the hurt. Let the moment burn. And just take your time. This is your life. Please don't let your tears run dry. That's Little Warrior.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Well,
you.
thank you so much. It was incredible and a real treat for anybody who stayed with us all the way to the end.
Thank you guys
too.
for tuning in. You guys are the best. I tell you that all the time, but thank you guys for everything you do. You are you're everything. And I appreciate you so much. Blah, blah, blah. You know I'm obsessed with you. I'll gush some more later.
Thanks, Kina.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks,
See you later.
everybody.